News this morning, it's a big weather day across South Florida.
We could get our first named storm of the season. Lauren is keeping a close eye on it.
That's right. We are monitoring what we've been keeping a close eye on still this morning. This could become Alex later today. We're going to talk about the impacts that we'll see from it this weekend.
And the rain is coming down in Boca, but this not related to the system just yet. But the system likely to produce heavy rain here. I'm meteorologist Zach Covey. Why a place like Boca, Highland Beach, and Del Rey should be concerned for flash flooding. Kara.
Plus, the first storm of the season serving as a great reminder of how to prepare your family and home for the storm season. Coming up, what you can do right now to get ready for hurricane season.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
Right now, we are under a tropical storm warning here in South Florida. Good morning, I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. A system making its way to Florida is expected to bring heavy rain and flooding to our area.
Yeah, the system could become a tropical storm as it moves through the Caribbean Sea. It's expected to cross the Florida Peninsula tomorrow morning.
We have live team coverage for you all morning long. CBS 12's Kara Duffy is live in Hope Sound with how you can prepare.
And meteorologist Zach Covey, Lauren Oleski, they're both tracking the impacts the storm will bring. Lauren, let's start with you. This could really turn out to be our first named storm of the season.
It certainly could be, and it likely will, Matt. We are expecting to see this become Tropical Storm Alex later today, but right now it's still potential Tropical Cyclone 1. But hey, the wind speeds are there. This is strong enough to be considered a tropical storm. However, it's not organized. We need that closed, low-level center of circulation for this to then be dubbed Tropical Storm Alex. Right now, still potential Tropical Cyclone 1, but that naming still allows them to put a track on it, they as in the National Hurricane Center. And we're still expecting this to make its way northeast and make landfall on the west coast sometime early tomorrow. Tropical storm warnings are in effect for the entire area, including really all of South Florida right now. We are expecting tropical storm force winds, which is between, or at least I should say, 40 miles per hour. Now, when we have severe thunderstorm warnings that come through the area, they're at 60 miles per hour. So we can handle 40 to 45 mile per hour wind speeds. What we can't handle is a lot of rain. Several inches of rain expected to move through. Winds are out of the south this morning. Temperatures are right near 70 degrees, and it's starting to rain already. If you live in southern Palm Beach County, a lot of shower activity starting to move north. We've got rain coming up into Boca, Del Rey, Boynton, Lake Worth Beach, approaching West Palm. Rain as well, heavy rain coming up the US 27 corridor there, moving into Belle Glade. Treasure Coast, you're all still mostly dry, but there's rain south and it's headed your way. We're all going to be dealing with very soggy conditions out there. Our center of the storm is way back west. We've got all this moisture starting to make its way across the state. So we'll track that flooding threat all day for you, of course. We'll bring Zach in to talk about the flooding threat, and it's high, Zach. We don't see some of these statements, if you will, from the Weather Prediction Center very often, but we're going to see a lot of rain come down this weekend.
Yeah, what we are under, what Palm Beach County, Martin County is under is something we call a moderate risk for flooding, and that does not happen often. I'm actually going to step out of the way. I want a car to come on by here so we can at least do this shot safely. But let's go ahead and take Max 2 full while this car passes on by, because rain is still to come, and folks, there's a lot of it. Okay, this is a good 3 to 5 inches of rainfall likely for Palm Beach County, Martin County, with, that swath of 5 to 7 inches from Boynton Beach south through Del Rey, Boca, Highland Beach, Deerfield Beach. If you head south into Broward, Miami-Dade, those rainfall amounts could even be higher. Here's the thing. This is something known as a low-resolution computer model. Basically, it is taking a very low-resolution shot and saying in the dark, I think 3 inches will happen here, 5 inches will happen here, 7 inches will happen here. But because this is a low resolution model, it does not pick up on where those highly localized totals will be. And so this gives us very good credibility because of how wide this swath is of 3 to 5, 5 to 7 inches, that we could have locally 10, 11, 12 inches of rain. Again, the flash flood threat is high. As Lauren alluded to, we don't get this often. Flash flooding is likely from Stewart and Cape Coral south. 9 million Floridians under this threat of flash flooding. To put it in perspective, moderate risk days, what we are now under, a 16% of all yearly flood deaths happen on moderate risk days. 5% of all yearly flood damages happen. Now, there's only one category higher. That would be a high risk day. It would not surprise me if some portion of South Florida, perhaps Miami-Dade, Broward, maybe southern Palm Beach County, could see that high risk be issued at a later point in time. Guys, we're back out here live in Boca. The rain is coming. All right, it's already coming down. This is only setting the stage for what will be a very high intensity rain event tonight into tomorrow morning. I'm very concerned for several flash flood warnings. I want everybody to download the CBS 12 weather app. It will alert you, even while you're sleeping, of any flood alerts in your area. Guys.
Yeah, Zach, it is good that the wind is not a major concern here this weekend, but this is a storm that's serving as a good reminder that we are 3 days into hurricane season and we need to be ready.
Yeah, that's right, especially when it comes to flooding, as many parts of our area are prone to seeing streets and entire neighborhoods really underwater.
And our Kara Duffy is live in Hope Sound. Kara, what can we be doing right now to prepare?
Well, Matt, Sam, as you just mentioned, flooding, of course, a huge concern, especially for people who live in this area here in the Treasure Coast. We're talking about the Hobe Heights community here in Hobe Sound. This is just one of the neighborhoods that year after year continues to deal with serious flooding issues. They do have a new drainage system in place, so hopefully that will help fix the problem this year. But it really is an important reminder to make sure that you have the coverage needed if a storm does hit. And a big part of that means checking your insurance policies, including auto policies. If you have comprehensive coverage, keep in mind storm damage to your vehicle, it's not necessarily automatically covered by your homeowner's policy. You also want to start taking inventory. Document your belongings, walking through your home with a video camera or smartphone. Be sure to store important documents like social security cards and insurance policy information. You want to do so in a portable, waterproof container. Now, lastly, an important reminder when it does come to flood damage and coverage. It is not covered under your homeowner's policy, and there is a 30-day waiting period for new flood policies to kick in, so you don't want to wait until a storm hits before you get that coverage. Now would be the best time for you to do so. Matt, Sam, back to you.
Karen, now is also the best time to get that hurricane safety kit ready. The state's disaster preparedness sales tax holiday runs through June 10th. You can get items like flashlights, batteries, generators, and more tax-free as long as they're under a certain amount.
And like Zach said, right now is a good time to download our CBS 12 News weather app. That way you can track weather anytime you want right from your phone. All you have to do is click on WPEC in your app store. It is free.
Well, the time right now is 6:38, and this morning, this Green Acres man right here is in jail, accused of shooting and killing his own stepsons while they were asleep. Deputies arrested William Vasquez at a home along Fleming Avenue. Inside that home, deputies found 20-year-old Marcus Cordova and 15-year-old Luis Rodriguez. A neighbor who identified the victims describes the moments after the shooting.
I was terrified, honestly. I didn't want to open the door because I knew the neighbor had a gun and he always had it loaded. So I was terrified to open the door because I didn't know where he was. He was just a loose cannon ready to explode at any moment.
That neighbor says Vasquez behaved violently in the past, even threatening him with a gun over a parking space. He's expected in court today.
Well, this morning, it's a major breakthrough in a cold case mystery spanning nearly 5 decades. Investigators now believe the death of a 15-year-old girl may be connected to a serial killer who used to be a Martin County deputy. Susan Poole's remains were found in 1974 near the Burnt Bridge area of A1A on Singer Island. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office sent the remains to a forensic DNA lab last year, which helped identify her. Detectives say she was likely killed by this man, Gerard Schaefer, a former deputy. Now, there's no physical evidence tying him to the case, but he was arrested for similar murders. Schaefer died back in the early 2000s while serving time for those killings.
Still ahead, Florida could soon deny coverage for transgender therapies. Next, a look at the new report that explains why certain treatment just does not meet the standards.
Plus, we could soon see self-driving cars on the streets of South Florida. The first of its kind operation happening right here in our backyard. We'll tell you where you could see these cars and what they'll be used for.
And we've got a thing, it's called Radar Love. Taking a look right now at that radar, you can see the storm approaching our way. We'll check in once again with our meteorologist after the break.